I thought it was going to stink, but it didn't. It was a very good book. I'm quite illiterate, but I read a lot. I guess this couple of lines from the main character, Holden Caulfield himself, sum up the whole book for me. Hello everyone, my name is Roshan, and today I'm back with another book talk, and I'm talking about The Catcher in the Rye by JD Salinger. So, why did I read this? I had heard about this book by one of my favorite booktubers, and this is a classic. So it's quite popular, but I wasn't planning to read it anytime soon. But I come from a place where not many people read. So when I found out that my neighbor is trying to read this book, so I thought, I this book is in my list, and of course I wanted to talk to him about books. So I thought, let's try this one. If he's watching this video, I'm not returning this book to him. It is so good. This book was written in 1951, a classic. And I have received a few comments about what kind of books a beginner should read to improve his or her English. This book is for you. So you can try this. This is very easy to read, and you should give it a try if you are looking for something to read to improve your English. But that's not why I read it. There is this thing about me that whenever I start something, or be it a movie or a web show or books, I try to give them enough time. For example, it's not social media that we are going to be entertained the the very moment we are there, right? It will take time. But again, we don't have all the time in the world, so we can't be reading everything randomly, right? So this book, it was quite annoying in the beginning. It was fun, and it was so easy to read. So that's why I thought, if I have started, let's continue it. But I got to accept the main character was really annoying. I mean, throughout the book, not just the beginning, he was intolerable. But the thing is that I'm like him when it comes to complaining. So I thought maybe, I'm reading my own journal. It is not something to be proud of if you stay like Holden Caulfield. We all go through that doubts, and we complain about wherever we are living, about adults. This book has no plot whatsoever. As I said, it is about Holden Caulfield who just likes to complain. He is a 16-year-old guy. It's like you are reading his journal where he's just complaining. He uses this term phonies for adults, and if you are able to read throughout the book, you will find out why he feels that way. Because on the outside, he likes to show that he's a very tough guy. He's complaining about everything, but deep down, once you get familiar with why he's complaining and the interaction with the characters, with other characters, you will realize that how lonely that guy is. He's looking for any kind of conversation. So Caulfield is the narrator of the story, and the story starts with when he's recalling everything from his past when he's about to be kicked out from the school. And this line, whenever we are talking about this term Bildungsroman, we cannot forget David Copperfield. So this is how this book starts. If you really want to hear about it, the first thing you will probably want to know is where I was born, and what my lousy childhood was like, and how my parents were occupied and all before they had me, and all that David Copperfield kind of crap. So he starts the book with that. Whenever I'm able to find some reference from the books which I have read, I feel like right away I'm in that book. You know why I said that? At some part of our lives, especially when we are teenagers, we are kind of similar to him, and the term phonies applies to all the adults. But to stay like him is problematic. Some readers find him really ungrateful, and this is reasonable. I mean, he belongs to this upper middle class family from New York, so he has everything. But one of the most important part that we forget about, mental peace. He is suffering, like he is emotionally detached from everyone. His parents are busy with their own lives. I mean, of course, they don't talk about this thing, and he is 16, and he had a kind of traumatic experience in his childhood when one of the like he has three siblings, and the most closest one passed away, and I guess he's still going through that trauma. And the person who he feels most connected with is his sister, but he's living away from her because of his school. Like, he is into reading, and apart from that, he complains about literally everything. And the first conversation he has in the book with his history teacher again shows that how adults are not able to. I think, if I am an adult now, I'm into that middle phase. I'm in my 20s, so I know that how a teenager feels. At the same time, I can relate the pressure of adulthood. The kind of adults he has met in this book or throughout his life, they have mostly betrayed him. Like betrayed can be defined in many different reasons, in many different ways. First of all, his teachers are trying to impose all the subjects on him, his parents, and he's not able to build a kind of emotional attachment with other characters apart from his sister. Instead of using character, I should be saying other adults. I I don't want to be vulnerable on the internet, but the thing is that it was not just the part about complaining. I can also relate with the part with detachment too, like not feeling close the people around me. And of course, I don't belong to that upper middle class family, so that part is not relatable at all. Again, on the surface, he feels he seems to be pushing people away from him, but the subtle interaction or the conversation you will find and the encounters you will find in the book, you will realize that what he is going through. And the ending, it broke me. I mean, the kind of situation he was in, even the title itself, The Catcher in the Rye. On the ending of the book, uh, his sister his sister asks him that what do you want to become in life? You are complaining a lot, so what do you want to become? And he just say, I want to be the catcher in the rye. He doesn't want to go into that life of adulthood. Metaphorically, if you see, maybe he just wants to stay that way, or maybe that's what I comprehended. Language wise, this is the easiest classic, and you can read it within a week. Even if your English is not so good, if you are not able to comprehend many things, you should read this book. For me, the highlights from this book were, of course, the main character and the themes. The part of being alien, alienation, and growing up, and overall just structure of a school. This book is for everyone, no matter which age group you belong to. And again, I'm going to mention this term, the metaphor. If you go deep down into the text, you will find that the title can be seen as another metaphor for the school and for the society. How our schools are constructed in a manner that they don't build or create individuals, but they focus on masses. His sister asked him that what does he want to become, the catcher in the rye. So if you can connect the dots, I hope I'm able to make sense of it. I'm going to mention once again that the language was really easy to comprehend, and it was really funny, annoying, but I loved every part of this book. I hope you will give it a try and let me know if you have read this book, or once you read this book, please return and let me know what your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you. Bye.